Mature skin and not sure which setting powder to use under your eyes? I got you covered. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca. Today I'm going to give you my favorite drugstore setting powders that I specifically enjoy for my under eye area, and we're gonna talk through it, okay? I'm throwing things around. What the heck just fell? Oh, welcome to my channel. If you found me through this video, I am so glad you're here. I hope that you stick around, subscribe, you know, hang out, and maybe check out some playlists. I am 52 years old. I have very thin, sensitive skin. I think I blame my English, Anglo, German, Saxon relatives. So I have a very bluish under eye area. I need concealer. I want it to set and not go anywhere, but I also don't want it to look cakey or crepey. So I have done a number of videos where I talk about under eye prep and how important that is when you're applying makeup, when you're applying your concealer, and how really that just sets you up for success. Without that, your concealer is more likely to look a little crusty, a little thick. I'm not going to repeat myself too much in that area. I will link those videos, but I have prepped my under eye area. I highly recommend an eye cream or even kind of a mask or serum, maybe even like a tight eye serum, like one of the under eye, you know, Wander Beauty, like the baggage claim eye masks, something like that, and then go ahead with your makeup products. So concealer, you know, I love drugstore concealer. I love high-end concealer. Lately, I'm kind of obsessed with the Maybelline, the Age Rewind concealer. You know, it's, golly, right? But my trick is I do not apply it directly to my under eye from the applicator. Right now I'm wearing all my makeup. I've got foundation on, but I don't have concealer on. I've got blush, I've got bronzer, I've got eye makeup, but I'm not wearing anything underneath here. So I'm going to share with you what I like, what powders I like, and then I'm gonna apply the products for you. So I have 4 drugstore powders, and I actually have a kind of a honorable mention, and it's not necessarily drugstore, but it is from Ulta, and I ordered it online, and so I think I don't know if it's Polite Society, okay? I'll just say like the Polite Society powder. So this is a high-end powder, you know, this is not drugstore, but I really like it, and because, you know, Ulta sometimes blurs the lines between drugstore and high-end because of how their store is set up, and like Juvia's Place, it's not drugstore. You can't buy it at the drugstore, but it's very affordable. Loose powder for setting your eye makeup is your friend because it's very finely milled and you can really tap off excess. You can really distribute the product in the slightest amount, which is key if you have a dry under eye area. Now, the under eye area, your eyes, they create moisture. Like, they have their own kind of emollients. And when you don't apply powder, you're going to see creasing and you're going to see products travel. So, and I mean like, you know, disappear or kind of shift down your face. Sometimes even your mascara will kind of hit the top here. You won't even know it. And then it's like transferring. It's smudging, and you're like, why is my mascara smudging? And it's probably because you didn't put any kind of setting powder up there. I love the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This powder is talc free, and I only pick things that are talc free just to please you guys. I don't care. Talc in cosmetics is safe. Don't argue with that. Just kidding. I'm not being mean. Got really grumpy there. No, talc in cosmetics is safe, okay? However, so many of you are still just kind of stuck on that. You saw that Johnson & Johnson commercial, you were watching Hallmark, and you said, have you been using baby powder? Join this Johnson & Johnson class action suit. And you were like, yeah, oh my gosh. And then it's like, no. Anyway, this powder has a bit of pigment. It's translucent, but it has a little bit of pigment. So it comes in a sieve. It is so finely milled. Look at that. Look at that little. I love to use it with a puff. I love to use it with a brush. And I will demonstrate just here on what I like to do is I like to apply it, but then you can even kind of use the little sieve. And I'm not gonna put it anywhere yet around my eye, but I don't know if you can see how it's just a really, really nice powder. I think it locks everything in. I think it looks good. Love a velvet puff. Velvet puffs are phenomenal around the face when you want powder coverage, you know, like when you really want to go in there. It's beautiful. Okay, so that's the Milani. Love it. It's right around $10. So good. Last year, they reformulated, repackaged this. They took out the smell, they took out the talc, I should say the smell, the fragrance, that Noxzema fragrance. And this one to me, it's got a little bit to be desired still. I don't like the packaging. I hope CoverGirl, I want CoverGirl to help me. It's weird. It's like it just wants to sit on there, but it's kind of tight and it doesn't screw on there. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? So the packaging loses points. The sieve situation here loses points. But the fact that the formula is so nice, I love this little velvet puff it comes with. Plus, you get a very good amount for not a lot of money. So it really is the most economical. Whenever I say that word, I feel like I'm some kind of coupon channel. It's so economical. So using the puff, but I am definitely getting rid of excess and pressing it into the skin. I think this comes in shades and I think I have 110. So I gave you all the things why I docked points, but it is such a beautiful product. It really, really is. I think CoverGirl did such a good job with this, but then I think they just kind of went, you know what? We can just put it in this jar, and yeah, it's good. It's good. Great, great. Okay, so if you're looking for absolutely no pigment, 0 pigment, 100% translucent, this Makeup Revolution powder, the IRL in real life, is phenomenal. And it's in real life, it's supposed to be like, you know, a filter. It's filter in a jar. I love this because you get a pressed powder and you get your loose powder. Sometimes when I'm lazy, I just go with the pressed because, yeah, and then I don't have to deal with anything. But because I said that loose powder is your friend when it comes to being the most finely milled, yeah. Oh, my hand. Who didn't wash my hand? Oh, I don't I don't have anyone. I don't have an assistant. It's a one woman show. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but this is the most sheer, the most, like, as far as setting your makeup but not killing your makeup. This powder is it. You know, everything keeps through the powder without it looking masky, and it just has such a beautiful finish, and it's gonna be so pretty on the skin. I love it. I love that it comes like this. I just think they did an excellent job, and it's so affordable. I shared with you why pink powder is so good, especially for brightening under your eyes, and I talked about the LA Girl Pro Setting. This is the brightening loose powder. This is the pink version, and it is so good. So I love this one. I love, again, points for the packaging. You get a puff. You get the little shelf, the little well with the lid, and the sieve. And that is such a good, like, thank you, right? They know what we want. I need to wash this, but yeah, so this powder, it's beautiful. It has a bit of a pink, just a brightening effect. Not a lot, not a lot. Look at me putting it on with my fingers. Who do I think I am? But it's beautiful. I love this powder. I think that it's really underrated. And when Huda Beauty launched their fragrance-free powder and the pink powder, I compared the two. So I think that this stands up to the Huda Beauty powder, and it's so affordable. And then the Polite Society, the reason I'm including it is because it is so gorgeous. It feels like silk. So this is their pink powder. The packaging, it just comes in this little well, you know, there's not like a sieve with a screen on it. I don't think it came with a puff. This is pink. It's very, very sheer, and it just feels phenomenal, you know? And it works. It works beautifully for, yeah, it just, if you don't want to use a puff, and you can use your, you can use your brush. Always, always tap off excess. You really don't want much. You want to have only a little bit on your brush and just dust. Oh, it's so good. None of these powders feel dry. They don't feel dry. They don't make my skin feel cracked or that, you know, like they're pulling away the moisture. Yeah, everything feels really good on the skin. So let's get to the actual application. I'm gonna take the Maybelline and putting it on the back of my hand. I'm going to take my BK Beauty 8506 and I'm gonna build the product in there. I like to blend it into the brush, and then when you apply it here, it's kind of already blended. When you apply it directly, okay, so here is the first example. It's pretty good, right? I focus where I'm the darkest. I'm gonna do this one for you. We're gonna do the Milani. You can use just a nice, soft, multi-purpose brush. I like smaller brushes. This is the BK Beauty, this is the 108, yeah. And I just like to, the first place you put your brush with the powder is where you're gonna get the most product. Then after that, you can blend out. Sometimes I even powder down here first, and then I take it up here where I can still set my concealer, but I've got the least amount of powder on my brush. See that? I let that get a little too high. I'm gonna take the CoverGirl, just because I probably hurt its feelings. Look at that. That's good, right? Woo. Now, if you're drier here, but you want to have a bit of, lift and still concealing, I totally get that. I take what's left on my brush and just kind of zhuzh it up like that. Make sure that's really in, and then take what's on my brush and do that. Take a little bit of bronzer. In fact, I'll even take this Makeup by Mario Serum bronzing tint and put a bit of that right here. And then it just cuts that like white powder. A little setting spray and you are good to go. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Right? Yeah. Okay, I will list everything in the description box. Was that fun? Did you learn something? I hope so. Please. No, I mean, I know I'm like a broken record, but I'm very loyal to products that work for me, and especially if they're affordable, because I know that's what you guys are looking for. So I do share Sephora brands and I share some high-end brands, and I love to compare luxury with drugstore. And, you know, sometimes I just like to splurge, and sometimes I just really want just something that works and I don't care. But I do have a limit, you know, I do have a limit. So, yeah, powder is fun. I used to hate it, dry skin, but actually it can be your friend. Thank you so much for watching, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.